was on. Twitch think I'm offline? Yes, it does. Excellent. All right. Cool. Back again. That's right. Working on some vocal melodies for this one. Where are we at volume wise? So, I'm trying to work out a chorus vocal, and I think I've got a nice little melody. Let's tell you what, let's switch the camera, let's get it on. Do I want it on me or do I want it on Logic? On this. I feel like maybe I could just make that a bit bigger. Oh no, full screen, there you go, that's maybe alright. You think some lyrics, and so got this vocal melody. One note there maybe. That might be a better note. down-ish. Sing it another question. Ascending part. So okay, let's go from like here. Depends how what kind of lyrics I'm going to go for. That's where we can get interesting, actually. nice melody. Maybe there. Let's hit that note. Hitting that chord. Let's keep going down. Quite a jumpy melody, this, but works. This here is. Had a harmony idea for that. I think it's a 7. That's probably not. Right, what have we got so far? unusual. Is that right? Back to this. Trying to do a complicated chorus. I just want to hold that last note. Whatever that word is. so you guys can have a listen if you want to listen to the tune for a second. I'll be back in not very long. So, whack that on the full screen, back in a sec. Back. So, right. Actually, I might leave this screen as it is. I'll start working on some of these lyrics. I feel like if I can start to get a bit of a chorus together, the rest of it starts to sort of flow a bit more. I feel like I've got a good theme. If anyone in the chat knows how to, is any good at writing lyrics, feel free to chip in at any point. Right, so what did I have as my like main theme? How do I articulate it? It's like what's the best way to put it? Like how did I put it before? I suppose let's go main theme. Sort of knowing that there were things, or like things that I wasn't ready for earlier in my life, that I wanted that I wasn't ready for, I guess. Oh, I phrased that very well. Right. Things that no, but there were things that I wasn't ready for, but still wanted. I'm not phrasing this very well at all. No, there were things that I wanted, that I wasn't ready for, but still wanted. earlier in my life, and then sort of finding the capacity to, I guess, take this view for myself now and know that if I haven't achieved certain things, I might not be ready for them. Who knows? Just yet. I feel like it needs to be some sort of positive. It's a fairly upbeat song, but I think that nostalgia thing could kind of work here. So, things I wasn't ready for, but still wanted early in my life. Finding the capacity to embrace this, or accept the things that I'm not ready for now, and have the patience, or find the capacity. I suppose patience is the right one. Finding the patience to accept that there will be things now that I'm not ready for. About trusting the process a bit, I guess, which I've written there. It's not I haven't put that very succinctly. I think if I had a clearer train of thought, I could place that a bit more. So, I think this melody kind of works. My chatbot actually starts doing things. Right. I'm going to try not to skip half the process of writing lyrics just because I'm on stream. I'm going to try and actually do it properly. So, can I just hang on? Ah, cool. Okay, let's just. Oh, hang on. Does this have? Oh, you don't get many choices of like. I suppose this is just a notepad, isn't it? What's this thing? What does this do? Nothing. Cool. Oh. Yeah, I don't know what that. Okay. Right. So this is a main theme, and then I guess we've got like sub themes. So we'll. Let's. Now I just need words and phrases that I kind of think are relevant. Need to make a bit of a plan for this, and then concepts as well, like concepts that relate to this kind of patience. I mean, that's the patient, yeah. So I think that pale blue dot concept is maybe a bit detached now from what, I guess it's not, but it's not as relevant as somewhat to this main theme as it was to some of the other ones. Right. Words and phrases. Okay, right, this is where synonyms.com and ChatGPT and all that BS can help. Right. Nostalgia and patience are both what. Let's tell you, let's just write them because they are just words that I might end up using. What's there, like? Not acceptance, but like serendipity. That's a good concept, isn't it? I don't really think a word. I can't see myself using that word as a lyric. Maybe it's a bit. A 5-syllable word is a bit chunky. A bit of a chunky one to fit in there. I suppose metaphors. That's another thing to maybe start trying to make some comparisons to. So is there things like some sort of okay, so it's about, what have we got? No, things I wasn't ready for. I suppose like season, like concepts like seasonal changes could be like something, you know, like a metaphor. It's more of a metaphor, isn't it, I guess, but what could we talk about? Words and phrases, right? Patience. Words around. I'll tell you what, I am going to recruit some help from the internet now. This having only been streaming for about half an hour, 33 minutes. Right, let's do like synonyms for patience. I'll just say, also give me some similar words and concepts. Let's see what kind of words come up that I like the look of, which ultimately quite endurance, perseverance. Oh, that's my phone buzzing away. Right. Tolerance, forbearance, resilience, composure, calmness, equanimity. That's a good. Geez, that's a good word. What does that? I don't really. Does that just mean like tranquility, like oneness? What does that mean? Calmness and composure, especially in a difficult situation. I mean, that's a, yeah. I mean, that's pretty. To be fair, that is a good. Right, I'm going to try and do these in alphabetical order. Equanimity. I like that word. Again, another 5-syllable one that might not be particularly usable, but we'll find out. Stoicism. I guess there is an element of that. I could put that more as a concept, because that is more kind of what we're talking about. Yeah, stoicism. Too, I'm just going to leave the track running while I try and come up with some of these ideas, because sometimes just having the music going is quite helpful. Stoicism stuff. I suppose this kind of perspective is a good one, like knowing how far you've come. Almost like the idea of like looking back on like if you've been, I don't know, if you've been on a hike or something, you look back at how far you've come, or when you've got like a, what's the word, like I suppose metaphor, like journey is such a cheesy and all that, like I think that kind of is a word that sort of represents some sort of it means more than just being still, I think, in this instance, which is a good. What else have we got? Detachment, delay. What's the word? Gratification. Why am I getting so many long words? I can't write lyrics out of these words. Gratify could be maybe. Gratified. Let's just start spitballing some words on the page. Let's keep this running from here. The word stillness is definitely a good word. Like to the theme here. I think it's quite a simple word, but I think it kind of, there's something about that word that kind of sums up quite a lot about what I'm trying to say. Maturity, discipline, deliberation, persistence. Faith. I guess there's an element of faith. I don't like writing too much about faith, because then it implies like sort of religious stuff, which it's not like I'm afraid to talk about that, but it's just like, I don't know if that's quite where I lean lyrically. See what other words Good old ChatGPT gives me. I'm just going to say more. I'm so demanding with ChatGPT when I'm asking it for lyrical help or words. If I like what it says, I just type more and just see what it comes out with. Contentment, serenity. I don't know if serenity is quite the word, because that's like too... Oh, poise. It's a bit of a weird word, isn't it? It's quite a mouthful. Poise. We'll write it down. Poise. I guess it means just ready to take an opportunity, which is kind of a relevant word. What else does it say? Tranquility. I don't think the theme is like... Because if I'm talking about like knowing you're not quite ready for things in life, in your good graces. Oh, well. Is that... I don't know if you're trying to be lyrical here or if you're just saying hello. Yeah, excited. Yeah, there's something about excitement, I guess. Like you can have a sort of quiet excitement about... Can you see what... So I assume you can see on the screen what I'm trying to write these lyrics about. So this is your main theme, right? Which I phrased not very well. So knowing that there are things that I wasn't ready for, but still wanted early in my life, and sort of finding the patience to accept that there'll be things I want in my life now that I'm kind of not ready for, and that one day, trusting that one day I will be ready for those things, you know. So actually I should probably add that bit to the themes of finding the patience to accept also the things now that I want and I'm not ready for, that will come eventually. I don't know if that's... and you know, it's like it's kind of also like not knowing. There is that bit of hesitancy, which I guess is actually... I'm going to write that, because although you've got to trust the process a bit, there's always that bit of hesitancy, and I think there's an implication of that in this song is not all just like happy, upbeat, and I think so. Actually, hesitant is like, or tentative. And I'm writing words that come to mind that don't... Acidic. I don't know why that word comes to mind, but like, you know, sometimes words you like. I feel like that's the right thing. John Stuart Mill. I don't know much. I don't know much John Stuart Mill. I know the name. Philosopher and political economist. Okay. Oh, utilitarianism. Right. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. There's some interesting people you can reference as music as well. You know, I like being able to make references. I'm always hesitant to reference things that I'm not like, that I haven't read about or that I'm not so clued in on, because I find it frustrating, particularly when people reference, but also, for example, when people reference like the Bible or like religious texts, just kind of for the sake of adding it just because they want to. I'm sure I've done it. I'm sure I have. So I'm probably being a bit of a hypocrite here. But it's like, it's an easy one just to throw a reference in, because biblical references just sound smart. It sounds like you've read. when often it's just a bit of a cheap, you know, look at me. Surrender, there's an element of that, I guess. That's a word that came up. Annoyingly, I just thought of another word and I've not written it down. Surrender's a good word, but like, but it's like, it's a good surrender. It's not like a, I think trust, I can just write the word trust, can't I? I mean, that's not just writing words here. What other words are coming up? Let's play this a bit more. Is the volume okay? I've got it really quiet coming out of my speakers just because I've got a bit of blast in my head. Flow. Good word. Fortitude. Words. Sometimes you just got to write a load down and just see what sticks. This bit of the song, the word fortitude kind of fits it's this. It's quite like a strong. This bit. It's quite a drive. You know. Yeah, there's something about faith, that concept, that. Ooh, ripening. That's a good word. I don't know if I want to talk about fruit in my song, but incubate. That's a good word. Just trying to find. Just like a good. If I can just get like maybe 50 to 100 just like good words that I can just, when I'm thinking about the lyrics, that I can just sort of look at and then inevitably ignore and write something else anyway. That's kind of we're early lyric stages here. Gestate, that's good, or gestation. Put that here. Trying to do it vaguely alphabetically. Ripen. Yeah. That's a very. I don't think anyone's ever said that sentence ever. I feel a sense of pessimism at the lackadaisical fruit reference. It's a very. You said that very poetically in itself. I think I'm not going to make the whole song about fruit. Yeah, I think that could be a relevant. I think just like you can spend so much time thinking about your place in the world when actually you should probably just get on with it, because we're all just that tiny pale blue dot, aren't we? So I kind of like that as a concept. But you could, I don't know if that's a little loose for this song. Like you could kind of apply that to any song that's just about like living your life, So I don't know if that's a little bit too broad a theme. You could maybe tie it in though. Even just like the word pale, if used in the right context. What do you mean Cold War reference? Oh, thawing. Speaking of cold, like it's when something thaws. It's a good one. Thawing. It's not a very good word to sing though. Thawing. It's a very mouthy word. Yeah. So it needs. Yeah. Okay. Let's try and. What are the other concepts? Retrospect. Hindsight, I guess, is a. Yeah, to be fair, these don't all have to be like fancy words. So hindsight is kind of a relevant word. What else have we got? Yielding. I've already used the word yielding in another song. When you use like a kind of a more niche word, I think you got to be careful not to use it like 2 songs in a row. And I've actually done that in 2 songs, so I actually should be careful. Where are we? Yeah, I think the word stillness, that I really like that. It's just like I really want to fit that. Yeah, it's a good word, but it's not, like I said, annoyingly, I've literally used it in the last song. Forbearance. What does forbearance mean? I think I kind of get the vibe of what it means. Oh, well, totally. That's totally the word, isn't it? Patience, self-control, restraint, and tolerance. Yeah, let's write that. My mouth is really dry. I need to hydrate, I think. So this is, I have got like a bit of a vocal melody here, right? Sounds nice over all of this, probably. only, I say it's a rough vocal melody, it's pretty detailed, but... I like it as a movement. So it's, what did I have? So it was, oh, ha! What was it? Is that a Zelda reference? I don't, I'm not much of a video gamer. I think I know, I'm aware of references, but yeah, this is one of the more upbeat things I've written. But you know, you need some variety. Like, you can't all just be chugging, you know, heavy, sad, depressing lyrics all the time. Oh, cool. Yeah, I thought it was a Zelda thing. I know a lot of people like the Zelda music. Right, let's see what other. Okay, what I want to just play you actually. This is my favourite bit of the song. I really like this bit. Is that coming through like louder? My computer's struggling. Hang on, wait. Let's sort these settings out. I don't need it on super fast mode. Let's give it a second to load up. Oh, it does need a second apparently. Just to reload all of the plugins when I do that. Given I'm not actually playing anything right now, it's not the end of the world. Jesus, been slower than normal. Come on. Yeah, I like Haken, they're cool. Haken, however you say it. Right, here you go. This is my favourite bit of the song. There's something about that part which sums up the song quite well for me, because it's like, it's upbeat, you know. But like, it's also, there's some dissonance there. It's not all like, you know. Yeah, it's not like an upbeat band on its own, doesn't sound that very upbeat. Layers there, aren't there? Jeez. And this. Didn't realise quite how much is going on actually. Let's sort of mix up. This is what I need to not get distracted by, is mixing when I'm trying to middle guitar, as in this. So this is the bass, if that's what you're talking about, but it's got an octave on it. So that's a bass guitar, which is that. bass solo basically, which is what I really enjoyed doing this. It's just kind of improvised. It's kind of simple. So it's not perfect. It's my favourite. Kind of falls in and out of time a little bit. Anyway, let's get back to lyrics, otherwise I'm going to get distracted. So, also, is this a good camera angle? Or not camera angle, sorry, like set. I feel like I'm in the right place on the screen, thereabouts. I could maybe make myself a bit smaller. But I feel like then, if I'm just a tiny little crop in the corner, it's not quite as engaging to look at. Okay, good, cool. So yeah, I need, okay. Let's try and get some more words first. Just actually the word observe, which I've been kindly given by Mr. GPT here. Again, passive. There's kind of something about the word passive, because normally that's a bad thing. You know, if you're passive, you're just like letting things happen to you. But like, in this context, I don't mean it in a bad way. When I say, like, letting life kind of flow over you a little bit, you know. Like not trying to pull too hard on the reins. That's a good, there you go, that's a good concept, metaphor. Like, pull too hard on the reins. Is it like that, R-E-I-N-S? Is that how you spell that kind of rain? Yes, it is. Because it has R-A-I-N, R-E-I-G-N, and R-E-I-N, because the English language is stupid. Okay. That's a good... That's like a little meta. There you go. It's a metaphor. Let's play a bit more. What other kind of words come to mind? Okay. Let's try like this. I guess like just yin yang, but I don't know. That's a little bit. I don't know how you make a lyric out of that. Balance, I guess. It's kind of the word. I'm going to say to ChatGPT, do the same thing for the word. Let's say anticipation. That's another kind of concept. Predestined, that's a good word. Yeah, predestined, that's... I suppose the concept, just like free will, is just kind of something as well, like determinism. You know, is that... That's kind of a bit of a concept. It's like, how much control do you even have over stuff? Like, what's the point stressing over it when you don't even know how much how much control you have over these things? That's a big word. Have a look at that. So like, okay, so what have we got here? Anticipation, expectation, eagerness, excitement, hope. Hope's a bit of a, you know, prospect, thrill, buzz, yearning. I suppose yearning is kind of a word, like, because that in the more negative sense, like not yearning in a good way. It's like sat there yearning for things. Attention, that's another one. It's kind of a relevant word. Yeah, I'm gonna look at, was it eudaimonia? Happenstance. Yeah, that's kind of the right sort of theme, word, thing. Waiting edge, a mental poised state, readiness. Attunement. That's kind of a good word. Yeah, attuned. Yeah, although the thing is, the anticipation, I think I'm kind of, is, in this framing, is actually a bad thing, because it's like, I know what you're saying, but like in this, the framing here is that like I'm too often trying to anticipate and think about what's going to happen when actually I should maybe just let life kind of, it's about letting go a little bit, I think. And so it's a balance. Some people let go too much, right? And then they don't. And then they don't do anything. So it's a weird, it's a tricky balance. Let's try to think some metaphors. I can keep doing words and phrases, I guess. What the words are there for, like, there's something about the word acidic that I had. It's about that uncomfortable. There's a bit more of a metaphorical thing, I guess. Balance, I guess. Posture. Yeah, posture is kind of the right. It's a relevant sort of word, like how you hold yourself. My posture's terrible. Actually, probably not terrible. I say that now. I'm sitting more upright. Equanimity. Again, that, I guess that's what I'm kind of searching for, but whether that's there or not. Where's that? Vikranda. Oh, with a T, Vikranta. Oh no, that's a film. I've never heard of that place. What was that thing you done loan here? That was a yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Greek term for flourishing, fulfilling life, particularly in Aristotelian ethics. I don't know how you would pronounce that. I know what it means. A state of living well and doing are characterised by both objective and subjective factors, not just pleasure, virtue and excellence, meaning and purpose. Oh, distinct from hedonism, which focuses on pleasure. D for meaning. Yeah, it's kind of relevant, but it's finding meaning, purpose in life, constituting a sense of fulfillment and satisfaction. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of it's sort of in the right ballpark in terms of words and themes. There's this kind of concept. I mean, there's are we in? Oh no, we're not. Are we in ads or not? I can never tell. I don't think we are. I suppose there's a lot in terms of metaphors, like anything to do with letting go. I think there's also, there's the typical like butterfly, emergence kind of. Oh, emergent or emergence, or just emerge. I like that word. Kind of irrelevant. Yeah. There's also like a bitterness that I suppose and resentment that you can develop if you're too impatient. So resenting, try and phrase them a bit differently. Right, metaphors. There's definitely stuff to do with like the seasons, just about things not being ready. I guess genuinely like ripeness of fruit. It's not very, I don't know, I'd have to be careful about phrasing that in just a non-crap way. Let's play some more music and see spiders. Those guitars need to be a bit quieter. High pitch. suppose something about like, I like the word academic, you know, because there's an idea of obviously like, you know, when you're in school and when you're a kid, you feel like you're so ready for like life and to be an adult, but you're just definitely not. And I suppose that almost could be a good word. Yeah, I kind of see I can see what you mean. What are the metaphors, like things that relate to things that aren't ready? Like, I keep getting like food, like food themes, but I can't really. I don't know if you can sing about food in a metal song. It's not. I could maybe have it as like part of a line in some way, but I just don't think it's not really. What sort of when things aren't ready? I keep going to like natural. I think you know like seasons or like obviously things like growing, and I suppose the word nurture could be a good word as well. Nature and nurture would both be good words here. Sort of concepts and metaphors. Play it again. Let's play the main chorus. Let's go from here. There's like guidance. It's like you're sort of searching for guidance or like mentorship or like. So guidance, I guess, is a word that is relevant. Like, you know, or just like answers. You know, I think there's an element of like, you know, that kind of not knowing, or just unknowing, I guess. That's like a relevant sort of theme. Like I feel like a lot of worries in life, if you knew they were going to work out, even if it was going to take like 10 years, you'd be way more chill about it. So there's that kind of sense of unknowing is quite difficult. Put metaphors. I really like writing in metaphors. This is a tricky bit because I want to, you know, you want to have some kind of interesting ways of saying things that aren't too direct. It's how I like to do things, and so yeah. What's some metaphors for like letting go a little bit, or like development, you know? Things that develop. Oh, like what's it called when you put oh, this could be a good one. You know when you have like a photo and you have to take it into a dark room for it to like they call them like it's when you take the photo. What's it? Is it literally called a dark room? I can't. I'm just going to type in photo darkroom. It's like when you have a film photo. Yeah, a darkroom is used to process photographic film. So the concept of being in like a dark space, i.e. somewhere you don't know, but the film, you know, the film is developing in the dark room. And if it's in the light, it doesn't develop properly, I think, is the... perception. That's kind of a good, yeah. The dark room thing, I think, is a good concept, And there's something metaphorical there about how you have to be in the dark room for the photo to develop properly, you know. Yeah, what does it say? Dark room. It's a room that can be made completely dark to allow the processing of light-sensitive photographic materials, including film and photographic paper. I don't know why it has to be dark. Oh, dark rooms started to fall out of favour due to the popularity of colour photography. Fair enough. I have interest, why do you have to develop? I feel like corrupted is not quite the... I get what you're saying, but I feel like it's not like corruption. I don't think that's quite the... I think there's still some mental like clarity there, but because corruption I think implies you're like going against yourself a bit, which is, to be fair, I've written about that and I probably will continue to write about stuff like that, but I feel like with this one it's more about that search for like finding direction in life and sort of sanctity, searching for that. That's a good word. Right. Yeah, why does film need a dark room? Does the light just, well, funnily enough, corrupt the oh, it's light sensitive. Film requires dark rooms, it's light sensitive. The process of developing film must be done to prevent the film from becoming overexposed. Yeah. No, but the whole point with the lyrics is you don't always make sense, do you? Like that's the whole, and that's why it's hard to write it on stream, you know, because when I know people are watching, I'm trying to do this because I'm like, actually, it exposes me to just getting used to doing this, and I think also when you articulate things out loud, actually, there's some benefit to that. So, I'm trying to get used to. So, if anyone watching wants to follow me, word vomiting all of my, I don't need to put potential themes, do I? These are just like. It's just lyrics. Lyrics. Okay, I can't type. Great. Don't follow me. I can't type. And then what I start to do, I guess, is just start doing some melodies and words until eventually something fits. I'm trying to think what perspective I want to tell the song from. I guess it's just like talking to myself, really. In a lot of ways, is the kind of perspective this will be coming from, I think. I like the darkroom photo. Funnily enough, there's another song where I've referenced like photography, where I've used the word aperture to reference like. Ooh, have I frozen? I don't know if I just froze. Well, that was all I did, didn't I? Oh well. Let's give this a bit more of a play. So what do you make of this? I think this is quite a nice little vocal melody. That's getting quite high for my vocal range. I have a really low voice, so it's like I have to make this stuff work for me, but I'm less sure of the ending here. So what's some other concepts? There's that the idea of like supersymmetry. Don't know what that is. What's the word? Okay, we're getting quite scientific here. Don't have a problem with that. I suppose the word formula would be good, because like sometimes you want to know like you just want a formula for life, where like but that's not obviously that's not a very exciting way to live your life, but like having some sort of who like theory or theorem. Theorem's a singular. No, wait. Theorem is one of them is proven and one's not. What's theory versus theorem? There's a difference, isn't there? I think one's proven and one is like still. Oh, other way around. A theory. So a theory explains why something happens, and a theorem proves something happens. So theorem is the right word, actually. So the word theorem could be good, because that's what I'm kind of searching for in this sort of hypothetical song world. You could definitely reference like sort of scientific discovery in some way, like what sort of is there because like scientists and sort of would search for an understanding of things, and that's kind of what I'm doing here. So really the word research is like, I don't know if that's a very songy word, but that could kind of work. Like, so what I could reference some sort of like Galileo or someone, how he's sort of yeah, that's a good concept. Amor fati. I like the theme of trying to find like a like a pioneering kind of scientist or adventurer or discoverer, or like trusting there was a scientist, and I'm sure who like ran an experiment that only I'm going to literally type in this into ChatGPT because I cannot think of the name of the person, that only had to work once to prove that the theory was true. I believe it was something to do with like firing electrons at each other. I'll see if ChatGPT can tell me who this is. Gold foil experiment. Ernest Rutherford. Where have I got this from? So yeah, this is definitely it though. Yeah. So Rutherford fired alpha particles, which are helium nuclei, a thin sheet of gold foil. It seems like such a detached thing from writing lyrics, but based on the plum pudding model of the atom. Talk about food, there you go. Which their positive charges spread out evenly. So he expected the particles to pass through the gold foil. What he observed is most particles did pass through, but some bounced back and were deflected at large angles. Don't know why that was unexpected, apparently. Yeah, he said that one deflection was enough to disprove the current model and support a new one. Atoms must have a small, dense, positively charged nucleus. I don't really know why that's of any significance. Copernicus. I thought that was Galileo. Was it not? Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. That's interesting, yeah. I'm going to use the gold foil reference because that's really niche and I quite like it. Copernicus or what? I'm trying to think. What it? So yeah, it just the thing is, it's not so much about what they did. So what did Galileo contributions to astronomy? Oh, he improved the telescope. Oh, into it. Groundbreaking discoveries, including the moon Jupiter. Galilean is a good. That's a good word. It's very fancy. So I'm going to write it because I like it. It just feels very poetic in itself as a word, you know. Yeah. Does anyone else have any lyrical contributions they want to make? Reference the Odyssey. That's kind of pretty. Again, I'm referencing things here that I don't really know. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Galilean. Sounds very. Yeah, good. But again, like referencing the Odyssey, it's like. Oh, I was going to task ChatGPT. I was going to say, give me the TLDR on the Odyssey. Oh, I'm still typing on the wrong keyboard. Gallantry. There's an element of that being the right kind of word. How long of a TLDR does it give? Yeah, Odysseus is the main dude, isn't he? I backfire in the grammar department all the time. It's fine. Yeah, some sort of metaphor. I'm actually just gonna type into good old GPT and say I need a metaphor for. Sorry, anyone was watching that came for musical stuff, and here I am just asking ChatGPT for lyrical help. I need a metaphor for / example of an explorer / scientist for my song about thinking you're ready for things when you aren't. I don't think that's quite what the song's theme is, but Icarus with a compass. Icarus is a bit of an overused reference. No, I don't. Oh, it's giving me like actual lyrics. These aren't very good either. Darwinian. That's another one. But there's something about like what I quite like about this sort of, you know, the Galileo or the Copernicus, like you said, it's like the yeah, exactly right, and it's that like trusting that you might have this crazy theory or whatever it is, but just trusting that you're like that you might be right, even though it's like yeah. All right, I'm just gonna go and make a coffee and have a little break. Well, I wouldn't say break, not gonna be long. It'll be like 5 minutes. I'll bring the coffee back. But I just need to go and I feel like I need a bit of caffeine just to keep myself going. Am I freezing here, or is this just? I feel like I am. Is the screen freezing every now and again, or is that just me? I can't tell. I'm trying to monitor, but Right, I'm gonna put the old Be Right Back screen on for a second. Don't worry, it comes with music. And I'm just gonna run to the toilet, grab a quick coffee. So I will be back in not very long. Oh no, that's not good. Okay. I might have to... Has it done it for very long? Like, how long does it... Is it just... I think it's just like a second or so. I don't know why it might be doing that. I have good Wi-Fi, so... Well, I mean, I'm on Ethernet, but... So, yeah, it should be good. But... yeah. Anyway, I'll be back. I won't be long. I'm just going to whack some music on, run to the toilet, make a quick coffee. I'll be like 5 minutes. I'll be back in a little bit. He says, the Streamlabs controller isn't working. Hang on. Where's it gone? Right.
Tensions rise. Let me pray for God when the thunder breaks inside. If the surface quakes when you stand your ground, if you embrace the glow, when in the dark you're found, feel the rush, feel the release, let the moment take the lead, 'cause just like that it's out of reach, no one pretend on our walls they see, the memory that they won't let go. a fleeting echo of a memory, I find my reason to stay. So offer me everything, every second chance again. For when I'm given up, for when I'm offered peace, you turn your back to me. For when I'm not alone, for when that spirit breathes, you wash your hands and leave. I won't let you turn away. So how could I have changed? Save me, pity me, what difference does it make? Deep inside you, wish we were the same. This weightless illusion I chase, like a wordless poem fills an empty page. When tomorrow overtakes the present day, passions of yesterday fade away to earth and stone. This dust I'll use to build my throne. So far as I walk on my own, fond of your absence I grow. For when I'm given faith, for when I take the strain of like this fade away. For when I get my way, for when it isn't the only thing you need, only take my place. I won't let you turn away. I needed you, so how could I have changed? Save me, pity me, what difference does it make? Deep inside you, wish we were the same. You wish we were the I needed you, so how could I have changed? To save me, pity me, what difference does it make? Deep inside you, wish we were the same. Embodied all I could never be, reflection of all I could never say. Wonders behind the setting sun.
Cool. Right. So, I think I figured out why it was glitching out as well. Supposedly, if I, right, where are we? Apparently, if you full screen Logic, it can. So I need to do like it. Apparently, if you do full screen Logic, it can start to kind of freeze up a bit. But that's a bit frustrating because I want to do the lyrics on the full screen. But if you do display capture, apparently it doesn't like that on Streamlabs. Let's try something. I'm gonna. Can I do? Add a window capture. Is it gonna? It never sees Logic. It's so annoying. Right, never mind. We can delete that. Let's go back to this. I could just use like my notepad, my Mac notepad instead. Even better is just have a camera on a physical notepad would be good. But that ain't an option. I'm monitoring myself. I don't know if you can hear me a couple of times. I'll stop that now. Right, I've got my coffee. I'm going to chill for a minute while I have a coffee. Are you still watching? I could, yeah, maybe if I do all of this on I don't know if caffeine counts as hydrate, but we'll go with it. Yeah, I was doing some research. Apparently, it doesn't like the full screen display capture thingy, which makes life a bit annoying. But annoyingly, it likes window capture, but for some reason Mac. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about here with streaming, but because it doesn't seem to be breaking up now that I've just got it in the corner of the screen. Doesn't seem to be, he says. What time is it where you are? Like, where are you from? I think what I'm going to do is just make a... Oh, no, it's not the one I wanted. Wanted pages. Yeah, I think... pretty sure it does. Right, okay, let's do pages. If I even actually... Yeah, I'm right, if I format this, so I want this to be like a horizontal page, not vertical. Yeah, it's tricky, isn't it? How do I make this a horizontal page? Let's ask. How do I make my Apple Pages page horizontal? Oh, landscapes, one minute. File page setup. Ah, there we go. Orientation landscape. There we go. And then I can zoom in a bit. He says, how do I zoom? View. Zoom. Zoom a bit more. I'm so bad at this. Oh, here we go. Wait, zoom. Well, we better fit. There we go. Fit. Page. Yeah. Okay. So if I put the text on the screen, can you tell me if you can see it properly? I'm going to copy it all over from here. You might, I don't know how well you're going to see it because it tends to downscale. Oh, wow. Well, that's not. Oh, it's in white. Ha! I was wondering where the text went. Right, here we go. Let's actually make it black rather than white. I can actually see what it says. Right, can you read that in the corner of the screen? Let's have a look. I can actually look myself, can't I? Oh, you kind of can. That's not too bad. And I don't think it's bugging out. Oh. I could make the screen bigger, I guess. I'm trying to think of a sensible way to do that. Plus, if I'm on Logic anyway, actually, it's gonna get rid of that. So that's annoying. I have to find a way to stream this. It doesn't like. Basically, Streamlabs doesn't like me using Logic in full screen mode, and it starts bugging out. I'm guessing it's not bugged out since I've come back, by the sound of things. So I'm tempted even. Maybe There's something about the display cap. Basically, I did it while I was making my coffee. I had a quick Google, and supposedly I think there's something about it monitoring my full screen. Don't know why. Is apparently quite difficult for it. On the top right, yeah, it does. It just does that on the window capture thingy. There's actually not a huge amount I can do about that. Can I what I could do? Oh, you're still not going to be able to read that particularly, are you? Makes it easy for me to read, actually, in all fairness. I could. Try and get sensible. Yeah. It's tricky because once you full screen this, it starts to cause issues, I think. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to keep drinking my coffee. What music is there any new music you've been listening to? I can put some music on. Yeah, I've been watching myself just like in front of me, just monitoring it. It doesn't seem to have bugged out. Oh wow, I say that and then it literally just does right now. Is it just bugged out? That's annoying. Damn. Yeah, there's something about it. I think monitoring. I don't know. I can also check it. There's like bitrate settings and things for Streamlabs, aren't there, that you can mess around with. Let's have a look. What's optimal bitrate? Untamed lunatic, yeah. Lunatic, that's kind of interesting. I'm gonna have to go into my stream. Sorry, I'm distracted now. I will come back to lyrics. I have to have a look at my Streamlabs settings at some point. Oh, nice. Are you in ads now? I'm guessing you are.